He's got 3-1 on Marte.
And welcome to the Big T Show, take 3. Every week I lead off
Three's
with
a charm.
yes, it usually is on the show. I usually lead off saying I'm the big boomer, and I like to check, and I do it for a reason. Because I'm a fucking idiot. It sounds good, but it took 3 takes, James.
Hey.
We don't have a producer.
That's 10 less than usual.
Listen. We got James. We're saving money.
Max got fired 2 years ago.
Yeah,
we haven't gotten a replacement.
Max Power. Yeah. I got trauma from that. I still have trauma from that. We're saving money.
It wasn't great.
We're saving money on the producer, so James got these fresh new shirts coming in hot for the summer.
This is a Tony Soprano. It's weird. I buy these types of shirts, and everyone says Charlie Sheen, but it's supposed to be Tony Soprano.
Yeah. Well, listen.
I don't know. I don't.
You
love
think you're the
Charlie
boss, but meanwhile, everyone thinks you have AIDS. You know?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I seen a TikTok's the best. It just gives you facts. I'm hoping they're facts. But they said Tony got a call in the middle. James Gandolfini got a call in the middle of the night from a mobster, high up guy, saying, "Hey, listen, we love what you're doing, but a real boss doesn't wear shorts. Like even in the summer."
Yeah, there was
You
that,
heard that?
and also a real boss doesn't go to therapy. That was one thing.
But yeah.
No, they would kill you because they think you're spilling secrets or something.
How do you feel about therapy?
I like it. I'm pro therapy. I'm pro mental health. Self help. I'm all about that.
Yo, but I don't know
Meditating.
did we talk about it on the show before, where they tried committing me for when I went to therapy for this girl. I told them I don't drink anymore. I stopped selling blow. I stopped doing it. And the guy's like, you have to go to this MICA program at Coney Island Hospital.
Why?
They wanted and then I tell people like, no, you said too much. You're supposed to ease into therapy. I go, that's how is it helping anyone?
Isn't there a doctor-patient confidentiality?
I don't know, but he wanted the MICA program, some like for alcoholics or something. They lock you up and they can tell you when you leave. Meanwhile, I'm the one who stopped.
So how'd you get out of it?
No, I didn't go. I stopped going to therapy. This broken system.
No, I have like a private doctor, like my insurance.
Yeah, I went to a shitty probably Fugazi one.
Fucking, she's my
full,
rage is cured. Also,
full disclosure, James has some action on the Met game, which is on up there. So if you see him staring into space, it's different than normal. This is him watching the Met game.
Yeah.
There's money on it. We're pro gambling on this show, so I have it on. Even though it's bad sometimes when someone's not paying attention to the show, it's for action. I don't have action. I took a little time off till probably the NFL season at least. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been putting in, as I said, I stopped. Like, not bombs. I was putting in maybe recently.
Yeah, you were wagering houses. This is wager
at
home.
First. Yeah. But then.
Now it's like down to what, $100 maybe?
If that. And I was just doing player points. Just to have something interesting on the NBA because it's not going to be there. And it paid, like, some of them paid $100,000. Like, I was doing like 20-something
peanuts.
Yeah.
What's the most you ever won in one night?
We don't like to discuss that. And the IRS is listening. You don't want them to
Does the IRS listen? Are you listening to me? Oh, there we go. No.
Well, James got some action going tonight. James, coming through. Oh, listen, I mentioned it on the last show, and when I was by myself, speaking of therapy, that's
what I'm all about that. Self-help therapy.
But I like coming up here. That episode I did when you weren't here, that's therapy. I vented for 38 minutes.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, all therapy is, and I've been going for a while, it's just you talking. It's getting your thoughts out, because that's like half the battle.
That's what I'm doing up here. And I said on that episode, I shouted you out. I said he always comes bearing gifts. Even if it's a square pie from New Park, just because there's people in the Rockaways that would say that's sacrilegious.
I was raised to always bring something.
Yeah, and
a bottle of wine, whatever it is.
You hear the plane, you hear the trains, you hear my neighbors. This is recording a podcast.
That's an Italian thing. I brought baked manigotti.
Every week, manigotti. James is the best.
Square pie.
And I shouted you out.
You don't drink, but White Claws I brought.
Yeah, I don't drink. Trying to relapse me, you know. Get me to gamble. Hey, what action do we have? Here's some White Claws. Here's some pizza.
Yes.
You know, James is going to make me go to therapy by relapsing me. But I was saying to hear the stuff in the background. This is a New York podcast. We got the windows, the doors open. You hear it? Come on. It's people
what was the sound?
Just the plane was going over way.
There's planes everywhere.
Are there?
Yeah, I think
some places not by airports.
I think North Korea might be the only place without planes.
Have you ever seen Jim Brewer live?
No, I saw him in Beer League.
Did we ever talk about him?
No, I don't think so.
I saw him perform in Long Beach randomly.
Recently?
6 months ago.
Where? Is that like a bar?
The place I go to. Shout out to Ryan Reese. He hosted. Remember, I got put on those shows with fucking Jeff Ross, fucking blessing me, just blessing me, like, and I go to the shows at 20 minutes away at the beach house. I was trying to buy time and remember.
Oh, it's just a kind of a bar show.
It's like a crab shack place. They turn it.
They get all these big names,
bro. They have Dice Clay coming in the summer. I got my tickets already. Dice.
How do they? I mean, I guess.
Like I said, shout out my man Ryan Reese, a killer in himself, Rockaway alumni.
Yeah, and it's like that's the only spot in that area that does it. Long Beach, Howard Beach, like that's it. So it's.
But
like
he's
the one
bringing
spot.
club shows. He brought David Tell, Gilbert Gottfried before he died.
Did you say Gooby Gottfried?
I was just saying.
Gooby. No, but I'm just saying, yeah. But because there's no other comedy venue so anywhere near there, it's like perfect. Like what else is out there? Governor's is the closest, and that's like a half hour.
They changed the menu and decor of this place every time. They had T.J. Miller there during Halloween. I was Charlie Brown, and they had these makeup artists. They had like testicles and intestines hanging from the ceiling. Like it was a weird
hanging testicles, hanging nuts,
like from like a horror movie.
Couple hanging balls. Yep.
And it was cool. They set it up, and like they had a makeup artist put like because it's part of the rubber duck. The Happy Duck.
What?
It's like a duck bar show place.
I don't know. The Lucky
Lucky
Duck.
Something like that. And they had a yellow duck
Probably
coming halfway at his head. They do it big, and the food's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Jim Brewer was there.
Right.
Back to the fucking airplane.
Shout out Long Beach.
He's a showman. There's people that go up there and kill yourself. Comics. He went up. It was comedy, but it was like a show. He was doing noises
that's so funny because that's what Tony Hinchcliffe was in Atlantic City. Tony Hinchcliffe, I had never seen his set before. I've only heard bad things about him.
Yeah.
And he was like, we were dying. Some of his jokes were so good.
What, like just
brilliant. I'm like, shit, that's so funny.
Oh man, I never seen him live. I tried getting on Kill Tony when I was in California.
Where, in the Comedy Store?
Yeah, that Monday. But like Jim Brewer, like I don't know if he's like compared to, I never seen Hinchcliffe, but like talking about
I mean Jim Brewer was more respected, but
it wasn't it wasn't like punchline joke. It was
set up punch.
It was talking about the plane going overhead and going making the noise as he's telling the joke.
Yeah, he's a big Mets fan,
bro. Yeah, anti fucking vaxxer, big Met fan.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah, he losing but like a performance. I got to meet him afterwards. I was like, yo, that was fucking awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was blown away.
Hey, he seems nuts. Like,
and making, like I said, remember like the plane going over? Hold on, like doing it, like just animated.
How much did he do? An hour?
Yeah, just killed it. Just absolutely killed it.
That's even when Joe List did Grove. He murdered for an hour.
He's going to be there June 20th.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they had Mark Norman there. His wife, I saw his wife there too.
May?
No.
Sarah Tolomos?
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. She's good.
Funny. Yeah. Mark Norman's wife has gotten really funny. May
yeah,
Planet.
I seen her on plenty of flyers.
We judged Roast Battle Thursday. Me, her and someone else.
I couldn't make it. I was exhausted. How was it?
It was great. It was great, but she was a very good judge. It's weird because some people are like uniquely funny roast battle judges. I don't know why.
It's maybe their wheelhouse. You know what?
Maybe, yeah.
But I'm gonna see Dice there in the summer. The tickets were a little higher, but you having Dice Clay sort of come to you where I mean 20 minutes from here. That's not where I live, but it's fucking super close.
There's a clip. I don't know if we could check clips of YouTube where he gets censored from CNN because he yells "fuck."
Fucking Max, man. Fucking Max.
What?
No, if we had the producer, he could be popping these clips up.
By the way, if any of you are still looking for work or looking for a producer, we'll pay you in edibles. And that's as good as money.
Jeans. Joints, pizza, Manigot. Like, come on. Come through.
Yeah, we'll cover the MetroCard fare.
Yeah, the shuttle's right over here.
That's like one time I applied to a job just out of college. They're like, well, there's no pay, but we'll pay for your MetroCard. I'm like, fucking no. Get out of here. I need money.
Yeah, MetroCard. Like,
I can't buy fucking Taco Bell with a MetroCard.
Oh, man, I had Taco Bell recently. They have this new...
Yeah, their menu's... I had it on Memorial Day after the beach, actually.
The chicken chalupa wrapped in cheese.
Ooh.
Bro, it's insane. I haven't had Taco Bell in so long.
I love Taco Bell because you could get like super full off like $5. Well, not you, but it's like cheap. It's really, you could spend $10 and get a lot of stuff.
You know what? It was a little pricey for me now that you're thinking about it.
What, Taco Bell?
Yeah, I got one thing for someone else. It was like $30, 30 even.
What was?
The meal.
No, Taco Bell's cheap.
Unless they rip me off.
Dude, I fucking got a drink at the stand yesterday. A double, like a big glass of vodka seltzer. Like a glass, like a beer glass. How much? Take a guess how much it cost.
30?
Yeah, for a vodka seltzer, a whole bottle of vodka is $20.
That's a lot.
And I paid it because I'm an idiot, and I got a shrimp cocktail with it.
How much was the shrimp cocktail?
It was only 20, but it was 3 shrimp.
What?
3 shrimp and tartar sauce. I spent $50 for
the ice cube in the glass.
Oh yeah,
at the stand.
That was $40.
It's a square cube, right?
The round. I love
sphere?
the stand. They're very nice people. It's a very nice club, but they are so pricey. They're so expensive. You could spend $100 on literally like 2 or 3 drinks.
The pizza's pretty good.
Yeah, the pizza's not that expensive. It's like $18 for.
I saw on their story they have a dry aged cheeseburger that my boy Mikey, the king of burgers, we're going to check out this week.
Yeah, they're great. The stand. I mean, I'll always be loyal to New York Comedy Club, but the stand's very good.
Yeah, I like.
I mean, I did New York last night. Well, the crowds at New York are just electric. Like,
what do you think it is? What's the difference?
Well, it's a smaller room.
Yeah.
And it's. I mean, the stand has those high ceilings upstairs.
Yeah.
Which is tough, and I mean, I don't know. There's just something about the Gramercy, New York, especially, where it's just like I'm like, this is
the
like
one where the roast battle was. Yeah.
I'm like, this is like what a comedy club should be.
Yeah, it's intimate. It's dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
I don't love the 4th Street one as much, even though it's a nicer room. It's bigger.
I don't think I've ever been to that one.
New York, the Gramercy on the left just stay compacted.
Yeah. There's something to be said about the room itself.
I ripped there last night. I did the late set there. It was packed. They were drunk.
Yeah, no, I was seeing when you post your stories, the rooms are packed. I check it out just as a comic. You want to see, you know what I mean, the crowd on like a 12 o'clock on a Sunday.
New York is good because New York books really good talents. They don't just pass anyone.
They got James Pontillo.
Yeah,
this ain't Joe Pontillo. You kidding me?
Right. I'm a fucking.
How many times does that happen? Where people confuse you and that guy?
Once in a while. I think it bothers him. Well, we are cousins.
No, are you?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. You didn't know me and Joe Pontillo were first cousins?
No.
Yeah, our dads are brothers.
Get the fuck out of here.
He started.
I always made jokes. I thought you were like anti-Pontillo because
no.
It's the same J and oh shit.
You didn't know that?
I swear to God. That's why I always brought him up, like trying to rib him a little.
Not to me.
Like I mentioned it like maybe once or twice in passing, or maybe on the show, and I always did it like tongue in cheek. I don't hate anyone. Not that I hated your cousin. Just I would always bring it up to try to get you going, like to rip this guy.
Why? Because they're the same last name. You just had the same last name.
I don't know. I thought there was something there.
No, we're relatives.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he started when I was in middle school.
Holy shit.
I was 13 when he started. And comedy was so different.
Thank God I stopped that early before I
But
went
we're from different eras though. Like he was before the social media era. He started comedy.
That's fucking funny. I'm fucking
so
retarded.
He doesn't like.
I'm like bringing him up to like, oh yeah, remember that guy, Jay Pontillo?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean my cousin?
Yeah. Oh, you said that to him?
No, I just said it just now.
Oh yeah. But he's also very funny. I think we're both very. We should do a show together, me and him.
Roast battle.
No. We should do a one-off. We should do a one-off together. I don't know if he'd be interested.
Fuck. Well, listen, I was at a fucking art event last night.
Yeah.
And you know I like fine.
What kind of art event?
Shout out to New York City Lab Rats. They music, art.
Yes. Shout them out.
NFT, shit, crypto.
My friends into. I'm not into all that.
Crypto's in the toilet or whatever to some people. That they're in the. They're just
cool. It's dead.
They're just cool people. They support Big T. They support what I'm trying to do.
Oh, is Bitcoin paying for this whole setup?
No. We do have a sponsor. Oh, no, that's the wrong show. But I got a new piece for the studio. Art is what? Art is thought-provoking, right?
Yeah.
And the kid, my friend OG Rocks, that kid, I'm fucking trying to unwrap
love OG,
this.
big OG on here.
Yeah, shout out to OG Rock, who's sponsoring the THC TV show, which is back tomorrow, recording live back downstairs. As his One Love One life, one life.
What is that? A little chocolate. Oh wow, Porky Pig
Porky Pig.
in blackface.
That's all, white folks. Look at that.
Oh, it actually is Porky Pig. Wow.
So Art, I seen this at the show last night, and it's such.
You bought it?
Yeah.
How much?
Art is what its value to the owner, which is me now. You got the
So
fucking
more than
sneakers.
500.
No. But hold on, this is thought provoking. You know what I mean? Like, and I have a joke like this. How awesome is that?
Is it thought provoking?
You don't think it's thought
I
provoking?
think it's interesting. It looks like someone just took a shit on Porky Pig. By the way, you know they're making a Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
What's that? The fucking bees are dying, so there's no more honey, and he's crying.
No. It's a YouTube. It's on YouTube. The trailer. It's just like, I don't know exactly what happened, but Disney lost the rights to Winnie the Pooh, so now anyone can do anything with it. It's not like a trademark.
I think after a certain amount of years, I think they tried.
I think because it's so old, so it's not trademarked. So anyone,
Yeah,
so we
I
can
think
do it.
they tried pushing it for like another 33
So
years.
they do like, Winnie the Pooh's like a murderer, a bear that murders people.
Well, it makes sense. He's a fucking bear. But listen, shout out to
Way
OG.
too friendly of a bear, by the way.
But real quick, shout out OG Rocks. I love that painting.
Yeah.
His art is if art's a crime, then I'm a felon. Then I don't want to waste my talent. I'd rather that than waste my talent. I'm a little high right now. The one life, one love, one you.
But back to
Yeah, no, I just wanted to give him a shout out.
No, yeah, we love
Grace in the studio with a bunch of artwork.
But what I was saying about the horror movie thing, it's like it would be so cool as like to have like shows we grew up with become horror movies or movies that were not traditionally. Like I was just thinking of like a couple.
Like what?
I don't know. Like imagine like what was like a good movie we watched or a show we watched? Like Pinocchio. Imagine Pinocchio was a horror movie. That'd be great. If Pinocchio was a killer.
Pinocchio was a little scary.
Did you ever read Moby Dick?
Oh, fuck. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Wait, have you ever read Moby Dick?
No.
I never did.
James, I read like Bridge to Terabithia.
That book sucked.
No, the book was good. The movie,
The movie sucked.
The book was good.
No, yeah, you're right. The book was good. The movie was bad. It's like a magical bridge, right?
Yeah.
I liked Chronicles of Narnia. I was a big fan.
Yeah, I didn't read that, but I read the second Jurassic Park book. For some reason, Bridge to Terabithia, and then Blowing Money Fast, the story of Big Meech. My friend got it for me.
Big Meech. Who's that?
It was some gangster from Atlanta.
I read Artie Lang's biography.
I just listened to him. The guy who I shouted out before, Ryan Reese.
Has Artie?
He had Artie on, and Artie's Native American, and he was just going off the reservation. Well, 25%, and he was going off the reservation, and just saying stuff like about.
No,
like,
I'm saying I read his his actual autobiography. Artie
no,
Lang.
well, this was him on the air being himself.
He had a crazy life.
Yeah, we all
His
did.
dad died when he was young from like a terrible accident.
What happened?
I think he was like an electrician or something. He like fell off the ladder and died when he was like 12. Artie Lang was 12. It was something like that. I could be wrong. See if we had a producer, they could fact check.
Max, check that up.
But the book's called Too Fat to Fish.
Yeah,
because his mom. Because
bring that
after
up.
his dad died, his mom would get like she got kind of crazy and like was very overprotective of him. So one day he's like, I'm going fishing with a friend, and then his mom's like didn't want him to leave because she would get nervous. She's like, no, you're too fat to fish, and he's just like thinking in his head, he's like, how? You can't be too fat to fish.
I like that.
Or can you? Can you be too fat to fish? It is something to think about.
Because
is that like a thing?
If you're on the boat, like it happened to me most of my life. If everyone's on one side, oh, James got a fish, I come running over, the boat will flip over.
Wow.
If you not wait.
Well, that's like, that's also the thing with roller coasters. I always thought it was a myth that fat people can't get on, but then recently a friend of mine couldn't get on.
Well, the kid died in Florida.
Because he was too fat?
Yeah, he was like 310 pounds.
And what, they didn't get it on tight enough?
It was some new ride that went like 400 feet.
They didn't get it on tight enough?
Something.
He would have died anyway. It was 310 pounds.
Yeah. Then some chick was acting like it was his cousin. She got arrested. It wasn't even her cousin. She was just crazy, like doing interviews and stuff. People are nuts. Like even like Coney Island, we would go every year for my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna go on my brother, old school shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't fit in with anyone.
You have a brother?
Yeah.
He's alive?
Yeah.
How old is he?
If I'm, how old am I? 41. He's 40.
Where does he live?
Breezy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know you had a sister. I didn't know a brother.
Yeah.
So you have two siblings?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was going to, I'm like, no, I'm going to go with my brother, Cyclone, birthday shit. I sit in it. I'm even bigger than I am now. I couldn't have no one sit next to me. Then the guy was trying to close the machine.
That's the thing.
And it wouldn't click.
Yeah.
And he came over and kicked it. And like kicked it shut. And you heard one click. And I was like, all right, I'm not doing this again. This is.
But you lived though.
Yeah. It's like going to a show at the Producers Club. Or like these old places that are from the 50s.
God, I've never done the Producers Club, but I've also never heard anything good about it.
No, but any old studio where it's built for people with body frames from 1950 or the 40s. You know what I mean?
Like back then?
Skinnier and worked out. No fucking.
Well, they didn't have the foods they have now.
Yeah, they're not.
When did Baked Montagues come to America? I feel like that
came
50s.
over right away.
That was the first thing they sent over.
That's why fucking. That's why
take our Manigots.
Yeah, yeah. Take my wife and eat some Manigots.
My favorite. It's my favorite food ever.
What was I gonna say? Speaking of Coney Island, it's not similar, but it's.
How far is Coney Island from here?
20 minutes.
You drove?
Yeah.
It's
right across the water from when we did that show on the beach.
When I saw Requiem for a Dream when I was younger, now I just think Coney Island all the time.
That movie. It's not even a beach; it's a bay.
Yeah, you can't go swimming in there, right?
No, you can, but it's not the ocean per se. You know what I mean? But
it's like less waves.
You were saying earlier, you touched on Tony Hinchcliffe. AC reminds me of the summertime.
I had a great week. We had a great weekend when we went.
Yeah, fucking doing.
It's a very nice time.
Contest.
Push-up. I got 44. Not bad.
That's impressive. 44.
Really? My friend. Well, the thing is, my friend got 55, and then other
Tom
people
Crescenzo.
Yeah, and other people did more, but they weren't doing them the way we were. We were doing the full. People were like doing halves. People were taking breaks. Like they weren't. Like they were staying in the
That's not a real
position.
contest.
I just did straight 44 in a row.
What was I gonna say? So you had a show down there.
We had a festival. We did the AC Beer Festival. It's part of New York Comedy Club. It was Atlantic City Comedy Club, which is the same owner.
Yeah.
So we just had to. We really had there was really no rules. Just keep people entertained.
AC Comedy Club. That's also in the Clarendon.
Yeah, where we stayed. We didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, awesome.
The club paid. Very nice hotel.
What was I going to say? And you saw Joe Rogan.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Joey
Diaz and Hans
Kim.
But there was something wrong with Joey Diaz because he only did like 8 minutes and then he apologized.
Well, he's been not getting up or he's trying to get up more.
He did 8 minutes and he was like, sorry, that's it. He said that's it.
Maybe that's all he has that he feels comfortable doing.
He's been doing comedy forever. No,
I know, but I saw him at Cousin Vinny's during the pandemic.
Uncle Vinny's?
Yeah, whatever it was. It wasn't good.
No, he wasn't good. All he said was fuck. Like that's all. He just gets up and says fuck.
He's not. He has. Listen,
you
know when
jokes.
you don't get on stage.
Do you think why?
You know when you get on stage, right? And you haven't been, you can crush. You're like, oh wow, muscle
Sometimes
memory.
You do better. You're like,
yeah,
oh, I
muscle
wanna
memory.
Be up there.
Or you go up there and and you're like, fuck, you start getting like, I gotta get grinding again. You know what I mean?
It's so funny because when COVID first happened, we didn't get up for like 4 months, and then we did the first outdoor show back. I felt great. I'm like, oh, I'm right back where I need to be.
First set. I did a show out front in my truck, and then my friend saw on Instagram like, yo, we're drinking on the back deck. Come through. I brought the equipment, and just that second performance.
That first year of COVID was the worst. The first year of the lockdown, that was so shitty.
I had a good time.
I didn't like it.
Not that I was working anyway, but I was chilling, you know.
I guess it's not as bad on the beach when you're like on the beach.
Yeah, two decks to hang out on. You know?
But
but Joey Diaz, when I saw him, he wasn't sharp.
No, he was.
I listened to his podcast. He's mostly podcast now, but he's like, I'm getting back out there, cocksuckers.
What do you think? Yeah, that's all he does.
And
but it's not even like in a joke form.
But he's doing, and it wasn't good. I was let down a lot.
Hans Kim did well.
Hans Kim,
he's hilarious. I was always a fan of his, even from the old Creek
the
days.
people in the Creek never showed him love.
No, they were assholes to him. And now look, the Creek's gone, and Hans.
And a lot of those people are gone.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking back to like the old pre-COVID Creek days. It was like so many of those comics are not around anymore.
No,
and I'm so happy. I'm so happy the Creek doesn't exist anymore, even though it was a great spot because like you get sucked in there.
I would always go late, like 11 o'clock.
You kind of get sucked in. I would go at like 4 and leave at like 2 a.m. I'd spend like 10 hours there. I don't mean to say I'm glad it's gone. Like, I loved it, but
no, they're opening in Austin, but like
it's great. I did the one in Austin. It was great.
What was I gonna say? There's certain people that I'm glad I don't see anymore from there.
Yeah.
And like I see their names on flyers. I'm like, thank God I don't run into them in any other spots.
By the way, Texas, a great place.
I plan on going there in the fall. 100%.
I did Austin and Houston, amazing time. But Houston was such a nice city. Holy shit.
My friend's out in Houston. He does shout out to Simon East. But Hans Kim, they didn't show him any love.
He was he's edgy, but he's funny with it.
It was funny shit though.
It helps him that he's Asian, I think. It's like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, aren't they nice? I like this. There's something different about you.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell.
But then Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, Tony. Tony.
No, but he was going through the thing with Ping Pang or whatever. Wing Pang.
I think that was a joke. I think everyone took him seriously.
No, well, the guy, it was part of what he said, and Tony went on stage and called him chink this, whatever the fuck it was.
We can bleep that out, but yeah.
Whatever. I'm just repeating what he said. I'm telling the story. And this is right around Stop Asian Hate, and
that was the problem.
It looked very bad. People tried canceling him, and they were coming for him. And then Hans Kim living in his van, doing his thing in Austin, and Kill Tony does well.
Crushes.
Now
great.
Constantly getting mentioned by Joe Rogan.
He opens for him.
I know, on private jets with him. I listen to the podcast, and I fucking hear him mention it constantly.
He's such a. You could almost do a biopic of him.
Of Hans?
Like, I'd watch a movie about him, an hour and a half movie.
Everything we talk about now.
The way they treated him at the Creek was so terrible because he was a very funny comic. They just didn't like him just because.
I liked him. I was getting hated.
I always knew there was something about him. Like, you could just tell. I'm like, there's something about him.
And now fucking touring with Joe Rogan, Tony Hinchcliffe. How'd he do in AC?
He crushed. I was gonna say killed, and then I changed it to crushed. He murdered though. He did great. He always does well.
And did you get to see any of these people or no?
Not in person, just on stage.
How'd Joe Rogan do?
He did well for some of it. He struggled for another. It's like he did an hour. Well, he had to do more time because Joey Diaz didn't do all his time.
Very strange. I gotta listen to his podcast. That was last weekend, right?
Last Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out his podcast this week to see what he said. He's gonna address it probably, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But Joe did good. He had some good stuff, and then he kind of fell flat after a while. But he did an hour.
What was I gonna say? You said Tony Hinchcliffe was just
great,
on fire.
Superb is the word. Just genuinely amazing jokes he had.
Nice. Now I gotta check him out. When I'm down there, I gotta try to do the Kill Tony.
You couldn't have your phone. They locked the phones up.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff they made fun of other comics, so I don't think they wanted that getting out. They shit on Amy Schumer, which is great. She's terrible.
What were they saying?
Oh, Tony Hinchcliffe. I think one of his jokes for something like Amy Schumer did her last special pregnant, but I thought she did her last 10 specials pregnant, which is hysterical. I think he called her a fat cunt. I mean, he went in.
Yeah.
He went all in, and he should. I mean, she's terrible. She has stolen so many jokes.
From who?
Everyone starting from they did a compilation video, which is like a half hour long, from like the 80s to the 90s, just whatever comic, just word for word, and no one cares.
Jesus Christ.
It is weird how joke stealing, like, you don't get canceled from it.
That should be number one. Oh, maybe some other things, number one.
Yeah.
No, actually, you know what? Fuck that. It's comedy.
Well, it's like raping words.
Huh?
It's like raping words when you do that.
Yeah, No, I take that back. Joke stealing's number one. And if you say certain words that you shouldn't, that's afterwards. Because if you're attempting to be funny and it's not, and it falls flat, and you get in trouble for that, that's on you. That's, but joke stealing, that's integrity of the fucking industry.
I guess because you could always use the parallel thinking defense. Where you're like, I just thought of the same thing. I think it's for sure stolen if it's a long bit. Because a joke anyone can think, but a long bit.
I don't know. I had to stop doing. I was stopping doing anyway. My Black Jesus joke because I heard someone have a similar idea. And I'm like, fuck, I can't. You know what I mean?
It's happened to me a bunch. But then why? But then at the same time, why do you have to be the one to stop?
Because if you're a good comic, and you know, I mean, it should be who said it first or where you heard it first. But like, if you're a good comic, you don't want to come off as a hack. Like, oh, I heard what's his name say that, or what's
Matteo
face?
Pascale.
Yeah, who we're gonna have OG Rocks. We're gonna do him in blackface, like Porky Pig behind me over here.
You're gonna do Matteo in blackface?
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely already wears it.
Oh, 3-1 Mets. How you doing over here, Paula? You looking good?
Good. I just need that and the Warriors on the under, and I'm gonna win.
Yeah, man.
But Matteo's a menace to the comedy community.
I love
shot and then hung. I was anti-Matteo long before you were.
No, you were.
I tried to warn you about
Someone
him.
brought him up recently. I was like, I don't even want
That
to get into
episode, the Greg and Rob podcast that was like a month or two ago, he was so disrespectful, and it really bothered me as someone who's friends with you.
Yeah, no,
he talked so gross to you, and you were trying to be nice and like get along.
Trying to be
with
nice,
him.
and the whole time treated him nice. You know
He
what I
was
mean?
just being
when
an
no one
ass.
treated him nice. People hated him more than Hans Kim. You know?
Yeah, he was just instigating and being rude and being a complete fucking moron. He's so mean. He's just a mean person.
Listen, it is what it is. I don't want to waste any more time on that fucking piece of work, you know?
He really is a piece of retard shit.
But what you call it? AC, gambling.
We went to the Tropicana. You ever been there?
Yeah.
We stayed at the Claridge. That was our hotel, which was like
What I call it, Clarendon?
Clarendon. I call it the Claridge. Clarendon, which was like, I found out it was $200 a night.
That's cheap.
They hooked each.
Well,
like each room, yeah.
That's cheap. It's usually $500.
But they covered $400 for us.
No, that's good.
Yeah, they covered. My friend
Yeah.
stayed at the Tropicana. That was $300. Honestly, it wasn't any nicer. The Tropicana just had the casino.
And they have Carmine's downstairs.
Yeah, it was good.
Food's fucking real good there.
And then what else was there? I mean, the Hard Rock. How much is that a night? The Hard Rock,
I don't know. It's on the boardwalk, so probably more.
like $5 maybe.
Usually it's 500 within range.
That's a lot for one night.
Even the shitty hotels.
Me and my friend, when we were in Orlando, he had like a work thing. We stayed at the Hyatt Regency. Oh my god,
Beautiful.
we spent the whole vacation there. We like went out at night for a little, but it was amazing. Like 3 Olympic-sized pools, like a bar. Like it was incredible.
Yeah, no, there's some
And
nice
I only had to
hotels
pay
out there.
$200 a night. It was supposed to be like 4 or 5.
Where?
The Hyatt Regency.
Wait, and you're going to Miami this week?
Going to Miami. I'm staying at Pharrell's Hotel, which
Nice.
seems like another. I'm a big hotel fan, like a nice hotel.
Yeah.
So his is really nice. I got a good deal on it through Hopper.
Hopper.
I think it's $198 a night.
$100 Spirit Airlines going down there?
Round trip, $100.
That's not bad.
I got $198 for the hotel, but it's normally $310 a night. That's a
Why
huge.
so cheap?
This is Hopper, just they alert you whenever there's a
And you
deal.
have shows every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big comedy city.
No?
They're like the
Is,
Long Beach shows, basically.
What you call it? Brittany Brave?
That's who I'm
She's going to be down
going
there?
for. Yeah. She got me a bunch of spots.
Yeah, she's funny, man.
She's good.
She has that web series.
The
Diaries.
Disastrous Dating Life of
Yeah.
Diane Damone. I'm in one episode.
Oh, yeah?
You never saw it? I'm just an extra, but you see me for like 5 seconds.
I know
I got
Joe
$20 for that role.
Joe Namali.
Joe Namoli, yeah.
Namoli, yeah.
He's hysterical.
Yeah, he's in that also.
Yeah, he has lines, or
I think so. I saw him a bunch of times promoting.
me and Tori Huggins are working on a pilot actually.
Nice. What about what?
It's Billy
movie?
Yeah. Billy McFarland?
Billy McFarland.
He ran the Fire Festival.
Oh yeah.
So we're doing the pilot is a character based off that. Basically the same guy, Bobby McPherson. He just gets released from prison for a festival fraud, and that's me. And then Tori Huggins is gonna play Ja Rule, and we gotta get our names back. We gotta put on a new festival to like pay off all the debt and to clear our names. But like we're known for having a bad festival. Like,
yeah.
So like
cheese
that's
sandwiches. That was a good
yeah.
documentary.
What do you think? That's.
I like it.
Oh my god! I saw both
Tori's
documentaries.
funny,
They're
man.
so overhyped. Like it
Which
wasn't-
ones?
Both Fire Festival. It's so overhyped. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was
The
like,
documentary or the documentary? I thought
No,
was
the
good.
documentary was good. I'm saying the event. It was just because it was just super rich kids.
Well, they got scammed a lot. You seen the cheese sandwiches they were serving?
You wouldn't eat a cheese sandwich.
I don't know.
Well, I think it's
in
also.
the sun, warm cheese sandwich.
I think also it was like the showers had like it was all moldy, like the water. They know where to sleep,
bro. It wasn't.
How could you fuck up that badly?
They fucked up. It's greed, man.
Well, they told them the Bahamas, the Bahami whatever governments, like
the Bahamians.
Like, there's no way this will work, just because there's just no way.
Yeah, logistically.
He just wanted to keep. I wonder if he knew it wasn't going to work out, or if he just didn't care.
You throw it together, you hope for the best, and worst case scenario, you end up in jail.
Yeah, it's like throwing a comedy festival. It's like maybe it'll be bad.
Yeah, no one shows up. Like, even just a comedy show in general.
You've done the Fifth Borough Comedy Festival, right?
Yeah. We had
fun.
one right here on the roof.
Oh,
you were here.
Year. Yeah, we did the weed show.
Remember with the fucking pizza guy on the other roof?
Yeah.
No, well, you were here that night, right?
Of course I was.
Yeah.
All right, but you've done it in Staten Island, I mean. Yeah, Muscle Fest wasn't. Oh, that wasn't part of the festival. But
well, then they had me show up on a Sunday for a show.
Yeah.
By where Wu-Tang grew up. Like where you going? Oh, you're lighting the joint. What was I gonna say? What the fuck was I gonna say? Yeah, I at that event last night. It's just cool people, man. It's the art scene. It's supporting the arts. And
I was back to what we were saying about Mark Norman. He's like such a nice guy. He's a great comic, but he's like nice. Like I could just message him and he'll just answer right. But he's like a very easy person to talk to, and you know.
Speaking of Fifth Borough, those guys, I got off on the wrong foot with him.
Who?
Because Mark Norman, he was on.
Yeah.
He was on the show at Eastville, and I just found out about his podcast, his comedy during the pandemic.
Tuesday with Stories.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. Like I was listening from the beginning, and it was just like he was talking about CBD. I saw him at a show talking about eating an edible once, even though he didn't do it then. And he likes free shit, likes long sleeve shirts. I just got long sleeve shirts in, so I made him a bag of edibles and CBD and a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
And gave it to him, but I didn't mark anything, so I was nervous. I drugged him. And he was cool about it. Then he was on the show up in Breezy during last year with the guy Ryan Reese again. And just so cool about it. I was like fucking nervous that I'm like, this is one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like he just took it in stride. Even if he was saying the things that make me feel comfortable, like, don't worry about it. They were great. Like, you know what I mean? Like that just...
Mark, when Rob and Derek opened Grove, the first show there was... I think me and Natalie Cuomo produced it.
Yeah.
We had Mark Norman headline. We sold this place sold out. It was such a killer show.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
It was such a good show. I got to host. Like I did great. Like all the Greg and Rob did that show.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was the first Grove show ever.
He's doing the 23-1 on the gate.
Mark Norman.
Yeah.
The
next one. When's that? Tuesday?
Not this Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
Nice.
That is Derek and Gio produce it. I assist them when they need it.
Nice.
And then we got our show at New York Comedy Club July 5th.
Yeah,
Bitch Sesh.
It's
my birthday show. Come on out, New York Comedy Club.
Yes, James is hilarious.
And you got shows coming up too, right?
Yeah, I got a backyard show in South Jamaica, Queens on Wednesday.
That's the name of the show, is the Backyard Show in South Jamaica. Yeah, I remember Halloween. I did a show in like Flatbush. It was like a black show. Fucking did great. Like had the best time. I love black crowds.
I think
and black people.
Yeah, big fan.
Big fan.
What the hell was I gonna say? We had this show. He asked me to do it. I did it every year on Father's Day.
Who did?
D2. This is Mr. Cheeks' manager. Super cool. I had it since I started. Backyard, bring comics to like 100. I'm not going to name the street, but then this year he moved it up, and I had a show in Long Island last week.
Where in Long
Island? Some Long Island Glass in Holtzville. It's a weed show.
It's a glass shop?
Yeah, like wheat pipes.
Holtzville, that's way out.
Yeah, it was far.
Where was it by?
I don't even know. Over an hour away, no traffic. You know what I mean? It was far.
Holtzville's pretty quiet, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It was in some commercial area, but like I had the show there, and I brought some comics, and it was early for a barbecue, let alone
you
know what I mean, like in the backyard, and like no one was there, so he's trying to run it back this Wednesday. But yeah, listen, I like those shows. I like the outdoor. There's a challenge to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not like a normal room. Like,
no, but it's like you're having a good time also.
Yeah, and there was people walking by in the street. They were fucking laughing. It's fun.
Yeah,
they're loose.
Love laughing. Love good
crowds. The people last night, the people I was with, Lab Rats and them.
Where was this?
In Richmond Hill. Ozone Park
okay,
on
yeah,
Atlantic Avenue, above a.
By Liberty Avenue.
Oh, yeah, close to it.
A lot of West Indian over there.
Yeah, he's West Indian.
Who?
New York City Lab Rats.
Yeah, a lot
Chris,
of West
he's
Indians.
good guy. Above a mechanic
Great.
shop, but with a fucking rooftop next to it, and projecting this one guy's art on the fucking house, the apartment next to it.
Yeah.
OG Rocks had a table set up. They were performing, and they
Yeah.
had me do comedy once, and they shout me out. It's fucking awesome, man. They show
Yeah.
me love. And
You know what show I loved? The
What?
one you had at that apartment in Brooklyn. Remember that?
oh yeah, shout out to West Bay, the love of the people.
I loved that. What was that? Just an art gallery? Or
yeah,
something?
yeah, he's doing big things. He's doing stuff with Little Mozzarella.
Oh, I was trying to get him at Grove, but he wants so much money. He wants $1,200 just for
Little
an appearance.
Mozzarella.
Yeah, for like an appearance. And he's like, I don't even do stand up. Like, what are we gonna have him? I don't know. He
Well-
rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, listen, that's your people. Should have smacked him with a semolina. What you gonna do? But yeah, fucking John Westbay, they're doing something. They're in collaborations with something. I saw him doing something on Instagram with him. That was just his art studio, and those are some of the greatest shows over there. But like last night, I was at this place chilling. There was a guy, ex-con, who turned actor. He was on the show Euphoria. Mako, you ever hear of him?
I don't want you for. I'm not gay.
Yo, that was it was hot. It would make you want to whack off. It was
Euphoria?
that good. Yeah. Sex, drugs, teenagers.
Sounds like this apartment.
But I ran into a guy who runs an underground boxing circuit.
Why? What's underground about it?
It's not sanctioned. It's illegal. Like
What makes it illegal?
Just people punching each other and shit.
Isn't that boxing though?
Yeah, but that has like the IBF, the International Continental, or whatever the fuck. You know, like there's all
Right.
and there's doctors and there's people with fucking gloves
Yeah.
on. But this other one, it was called Rumble in the Bronx, and my friend who was on the show, E, passed away.
How did he pass away?
Just life. And
It's just said on his fucking like
Li-
the
life's-
autopsy. They're like, it's just life.
life's tough, man. But
It is, man. Some people just die. It's weird.
But in the junkyard on Beach 60th Street on my birthday, that was all I wanted to do during the pandemic was watch him fight in this underground boxing club, and it was just awesome. And that was his partners, and he branched out to do his own thing in the Bronx. I don't know why it's so popular in the Bronx. Maybe Spanish people in boxing or some shit, but that's this Saturday. I was gonna go to it, but I have a show in Brooklyn. Oh yeah, I do have a show. I have a normal show Saturday with Andrew Steiner and them. Pete.
Shout out Andrew Steiner.
Shout out Andrew Steiner. Surfer coming down to Rockaway. Him.
Surfer.
Alden Skeetus.
He's a surfer, Alden Skeetus.
You know Wolf. What's his name? Wolf. John Wolf. Stephen Wolf.
Okay. Yeah.
A bunch of them kids came down.
Wow.
They're surfing. They're coming down to Rockaway to surf. Comics coming to surf.
Yeah, when we went on Memorial Day, you couldn't even go in the water because they were surfing.
Yeah, they were surf. They
Being
came
real
down.
dicks.
I met him the
trying
other
to
day.
fucking surf.
But this underground boxing, we have to go I can't make it this Saturday because you're boxing now. You're boxing
Took
training.
my first lesson. Had another one with Sergio Chicone.
Oh shit, comedian.
Yeah, dude, he's rough, man. In terms of like his classes are tough.
Yeah, no, boxing in general. I do it with my train. It's
It's a lot, but you feel great after.
oh, you're leaving aggression out there. You're sweating. You're winded. It's fucking awesome.
And then you actually get into the ring.
It's like me walking up the stairs, you know.
I was about to say that.
Well, listen.
Oh man.
Speaking of the stairs, we have one more topic before we get into our weed and review.
And I also gotta pee at some point.
All right. Well, listen. We'll start with the staircase.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm watching the HBO Max show. You know what? Can I pee quick?
I'll get into it quick.
Yeah, I'll be back because I want to be able.
All right. Listen. Uber professionalism on the Big T show. James pissing real quick. If we had a producer, we would pause the show like they do on real podcasts, but Max Powers left us high and dry years ago. We're going to name his government name. Who cares? But yeah, the staircase on HBO Max. Check it out. There's a documentary, I think, on Netflix, and this guy killed his wife or she fell down a flight of stairs. There's a theory an owl might have hit her in the back of the head because there was claw marks and owl DNA that made her fall down the stairs. But when they went on his computer, this guy was living a double life. as a bisexual guy, like, you know, nothing against that, but when you have a family and a wife and you're not telling them, there's something wrong with that, you know, like, so that's a red flag. And the documentary, The Staircase, HBO reenacted it, and James said the finale was better than the documentary. James has been in on this. He's been watching it since the beginning. I didn't get a chance to check out the finale. I guess I'm going to do that tonight with Kira. But once James is done pissing, he will tell us what happens in the finale. I know I watched the documentary, so I don't care about watching it or knowing what's going to happen. There can't be a spoiler alert. This is a fucking reenactment of it. You know, like, what the fuck? How different can it be from the documentary? And then after that, I tried the other day with the Whedon review, and for whatever reason, I chose some weird topics, but I wanted to see because I know current events. I like current events. There's some funny things, there's some weird things that happened. There's some things I want to touch on. We're gonna get to that once James, who I thought was taking a piss, he must be taking a shit because he's in there for 5 minutes. We touch on The Staircase, wrap that motherfucker up with a bow. But yeah, check it out. Listen, man. I talked on the Big T show the other day when I was by myself about like how rapists or sexual assault people or child molesters, like how can you not throw them away for 100 years? This guy, you know what I mean? Like, what if the owl did hit his wife in the back of the head and he's getting blamed for murder or something? You know what I mean? Like, look who's back. James
did take a look. You know what? You ever have a piss that turns into a shit? That's what happened.
Oh, shit. You pissed shit.
I pissed, and then I'm like, you know what? I could wait, but why not just shit now? You're already on the toilet.
You really did that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's impressive. Jesus Christ.
You never do that?
Not that fast. I'm watching a movie when I'm in that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, listen, what happened with The Staircase? Talk to me.
So the HBO Max series is out. It's great. It's a great reenactment.
We touched on
it's pretty accurate, too, from what I've seen.
But you said the finale was special. Well, maybe you didn't say special, but you said it was good. What happened with the finale? I didn't see it yet. I don't care about the spoiler alert. I know
No, he serves 8 years, but he ends up getting out.
On just manslaughter?
Well, yeah, manslaughter, because one of the witnesses lied about something with the blood splatter, and they basically lied about it, the pattern.
And what happened?
And they're like, well, you deserve a new trial. And he ends up getting manslaughter, which is like an 8-year sentence, but he already served 8 years, so he just gets to go. But it's crazy because I was very convinced that he did it, and then I rewatched it. Now I'm not sure again.
And what do you think he's up to now? Bathhouses?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah. But it was, I don't know. I heard the owl theory. I think it's out there.
I'm sold on the owl theory. I think this bitch got hit in the head with an owl.
So it had to have grabbed her and wouldn't let go.
No, it hit her, concussed her, grabbed her. She's
I think the theory is that it would just jumped on her head and attacked her.
No. The theory is because those things move fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're huge birds.
Yeah.
Hits the bitch in the back of the head, then claws her. Because you know what I mean? Now she's concussed.
Outside though?
Yeah.
How did she get inside?
She stumbled back, concussed, dazed, then falls down the stairs and dies.
From the front? It was a mansion also.
Yeah, you could. Well, humans.
I mean, the only evidence really is some pine needles and some hairs.
How do you get owl hair in your hair unless you were attacked by a fucking owl?
I don't know. I think a more likely scenario is that it was both. That he actually killed her and then pushed her down the stairs. But then
what
again,
about the owl stuff?
I mean, I don't know. How would it attack her, and then she'd go inside after she was attacked by it?
All right, so let's say you were parking, right? And some homeless guy came up to you begging for change and just punched you in the face.
Yeah.
You hit your head on the ground. You get up. You're like, oh, fuck, I got to get to Tommy's house. And you stumble in, and you get to that first flight of stairs, and then you just fall backwards and fucking land on your head and die. Like, shit like that happens. Like,
I don't know. Because, I mean, all right, the marks could have been claw marks, yeah. But, I mean, there would definitely be more feathers, though. She would have trying to rip the owl out. Wouldn't a bunch of feathers fall?
No, the owl hits a boom in the head.
With what?
It's a huge bird.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah, you're disregarding how big this bird is.
But I feel like if it concussed her, once she woke up, she would have cleaned up the blood. I don't think she'd go in there.
No, she's like dazed from the
Okay.
hit. You know what I mean? Like that semi-concussed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then stumbles down the like just trying to get home. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. It's possible.
I don't know.
I think it's possible it actually was. Well, it would have had to have been a terrible fall. She would have had to hit like the side and the side again. But what they said is like they think it was like spitting up blood. It's not blood from the head. It's like she kept spitting up blood, trying to get up, slipping, spitting up blood, and then.
Yeah, someone that
makes
got
some
hit in the
sense,
head
yeah.
with something heavy and big,
That's what you think.
like an owl.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, there's no. They never ended up finding a murder weapon, so he could have. I mean, you could hide a murder weapon,
I don't know. They were on this guy's ass,
but there were no
And he
skull
loved it.
fractures. Well, yeah, they were.
and he loved it.
Of all the beating deaths, if you beat someone to death, there's not even usually, there's always like a skull fracture, a broken bone. She didn't have any of that.
That's why.
That's why a beating makes no sense.
That's why I
and
think
also
that-
she was physically bigger than him. She was taller than him.
But not as big as an owl.
How much do owls weigh?
Max, bring that up.
Yeah.
Mateo, bring that up. Owls could be like 70 pounds, I think. They're strong. They're
But why would it
hunters.
attack her though? She wasn't. I mean, she lived there, and it was at night also.
And that's when they see the best. Maybe.
Is it really?
Listen, by chance, he sees a mouse. He's like, I'm hungry, flying, and she just walks into it. Things happen. People get struck by lightning. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah, it would be one of those like 1 in a million type things, but
And I don't know. I
I don't either.
But check that out. Check out the staircase if you
I
haven't
think-
seen it, so you
I
know
think
what
it
the
was an
fuck we're
accident.
talking about.
I think it was an accident. I think it was a manslaughter. It was just an accident.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen.
he couldn't have pushed her down the stairs. Wouldn't there be blood on the stairs? There was only in that one spot, which is so weird.
But how'd she die then? You know.
I know, it's just very strange.
Listen, maybe she was so startled from the owl attacking her
Yeah.
that she, not a heart attack, something. I don't know, man. It's a very strange case. And if this
Overall,
guy,
'cause it-
if this guy was innocent, all his dirty laundry got aired. You know what I mean? Like
And he served 8 years.
yeah, that you can get over 8 years. You can't recover from.
I don't think it was like premeditated. I don't think he thought about it weeks before because he didn't do anything that would make you think that.
He was seeing men on the side
For years.
and he's married
since
to
he
a
was
what?
a kid. Since
what-
he was a teenager.
But with this lady, like enough is enough. He doesn't want to have to deal with her no more. Like, why are you going?
Yeah, but he
why
never-
are you going
he
to
never-
Walgreens again or some shit? You know what I mean? Like,
But he never dated any of them. He just would fuck them once in a while. He just was attracted physically to men, but I don't think he like wanted I don't think he wanted a relationship with them.
I don't know.
And also to murder though, just for that reason, it's kind of stupid.
People murder for less,
It's true.
you know. But listen, check it out, and listen. Let's get to the current event part of the
Yeah.
show, which I'm trying to force on everyone. The weed in review.
What's that?
Just some topics that
The weed review?
yeah, because we're smoking weed, discussing it instead of the weekend review. No? All right.
I think it's still. Is he have another lighter?
That one works. That's a good one. You're under the fan, that's why. Yeah, it's a fucking great lighter.
No, it's not working.
Yeah, because you're under a fan. I see it lighting and keep getting blown out. You got to cup it with the other hand. You would not survive if a fucking owl attacked you. You think this lady survived?
Hold on.
Look at this. Lighting joints, turning pisses into shit. James Pontillo's on fire today. You got it?
Yeah.
All right, well, listen. Every summer in June, like clockwork, kids cut school, go swimming,
Yeah.
and kids die. In Rockaway specifically. And
It's one of the good parts of Rockaway.
2 kids died.
Really? Just swimming?
I just told you, every year, like clockwork, it happens. You can set an over-under.
What do
as
you
a-
blame? Why do you think that is?
They're not good swimmers. There's a riptide. You shouldn't be swimming when there's no lifeguards. You know what I mean?
True.
There's a multitude. Her kids, her son died, but it's saying, oh, it's the school's fault. Well, no, it's your son's fault for cutting. The school didn't notify her that her son was cutting. She's like, I could have tracked his phone. Well, if your kid didn't cut school, I mean, like,
And also, it's
where's the
just
accountability?
Like, all right, so say he goes on a Saturday.
Yeah.
He's gonna drown anyway because he's a bad swimmer.
Yeah, like, yo, like, where's
What day? Why does the day matter?
where's the accountability?
He probably went out way too deep.
Yeah, he was on the sandbar and it collapsed. That's far out.
Yeah, I mean, don't go. I never go far out in the
Listen.
ocean. The ocean is fucking terrifying.
Listen, James, what if he crossed the street and got hit by a car that had the right of way? Like, come on, like, if your kid, it seems like your kid was stupid. You know what I mean? Or thought he was cool. Like, I used to cut school all the time, and what happened happened. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened happened. It was on me.
But what is the school supposed to do?
They didn't call him to let if they called her and said, "Hey, your son is cutting."
They probably thought he was absent.
She could have tracked his phone. This is what this lady's saying with a heavy heart. With a heavy heart, I understand the son just died, but like with a heavy heart, saying she could have tracked the phone and saved him.
No.
Like how about your son not cutting school? And it's
Yeah.
gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again.
He's gonna have another son. He's gonna die in the ocean.
You gotta find a man with better swimmers, you know.
Yeah.
but that shit. I remember I cut school. It was a bungalow, and I told my friend I knew where the key was. We could get in there. It was like early May. The ocean's freezing still. You know what I mean? And we went down to the water. It was nice out, but it was cold. Yo, James, I locked up. I was like 10 years old. We rode our bikes from Brooklyn. That's a long
What do
trek.
you mean you locked up? What does that mean?
Like, I froze up from the water being so cold.
When was this?
The 1990?
No, what month? I mean,
Early May. Maybe it was a
that's
unseasoned.
cold though. The water's cold. Though.
I know, but it was so hot out and riding our bikes down.
Yeah.
Me and my friend went in and I almost died. You know what I mean? Like, so
hypothermia.
No, just like shock, like just running in thinking it's like the summertime because it was hot out.
Yeah, I almost
And
drowned in the ocean.
that would have been my fault.
I almost drowned in the ocean once.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
I was 9. I went out too deep. I couldn't get back in.
It happens. And yo, James, driving, I'm afraid of heights. And this is when the Marine Park Bridge was like the walkway was like not wide open, but it was like 2 bars covering it. You know what I mean?
Just hit a bomb.
Oh shit!
Nice.
There we go.
Crushed it. What were you saying?
And yo, I rode my bike on the Marine Park Bridge where the cars drive. This is before Rockaway was super popular and it was like off season. But to get back home to Brooklyn, besides going in the ocean, I'm driving because I'm afraid of heights. Going over the bridge with my bike where cars drive as a 10-year-old. You know what I mean? Like 11-year-old, whatever the fuck I was. Like, that's on me.
40-year-old.
Yeah, like that's on me.
You like bike riding, right?
Yeah, I'm about to buy a pedal assist bike.
What's that?
It just helps you pedal, but now I know as a fat person it sounds bad.
Yeah.
But like it just helps like against the wind. Like you can go
Kind
further.
of take the effectiveness out of the exercise.
No, you're gonna go further.
Right.
You're gonna go further. What you call? How do you feel about Britney Spears?
I love her. No,
I love her too. Do you follow her Instagram?
No,
Do you follow her
She
Instagram?
overcame big obstacles in that
Yeah,
whole
like a parent's
courtship.
trying to hold her. Hold
Oh,
her
that
back.
was such a terrible story.
Yo, but do you follow her on Instagram? She's
No.
putting pictures of her tits
Really?
and pussy, like with a little heart covering it.
Right.
So like me asking if you like it, Britney Spears, because she just got remarried. Her ex, remember she got married
She's
to some.
what? How old is she now? 40?
Yo, she's hot still.
42?
She's hot still.
No,
she's-
how old is she? I'm trying
I don't know, but she's hot still, and she's has a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and
she won a lot of money in the settlement, right?
oh, she's from super
Well,
successful. All
that's
those
too
albums,
also, but
yeah. So like, she her.
I mean, I remember when I was like 8 or 9 or 10, she was like the president. Like
Yo,
she was the biggest.
Now
deal.
she's taking pictures naked.
That is true. How many people can stay relevant for 20 years? Like she always stays in the news.
She's
like,
doing weird dances.
Is she
looks
still
like
making
she's on-
music or no?
No, she's dancing
Probably for the
naked,
best, yeah.
half naked, looking silly.
Yeah.
And like she's marrying this dude, her ex that she married for 55 days or something, 55 hours.
Kevin Federline.
Right before him,
Before Kevin Federline.
He tried like for 1 weekend. She got eloped. Like this was big because she was popular
married.
then.
She got married. What? How many times? Like 5.
Yeah, and like this guy tried crashing the wedding. They had to fucking taser him. He tried jumping the gate.
Is this recorded?
Yeah, she had a dime. She's dancing. She's lost her mind. She had like a jacket on with a diamond thong. That was the only
Hey.
thing she had on.
Wow.
I don't know. If you don't follow Britney Spears, she runs around naked on her Instagram. It's very entertaining.
That's crazy.
What else we got over here? A boxer, Brooklyn born. I forget his fucking name.
Clint Eastwood
was fighting, and a la Mike Tyson started biting the other guy. How do you feel? You're a boxing trainer. What if a guy started biting you?
I would not accept that.
Because that's my move. I love biting people.
Why? You'll eat anything.
Because a black eye will heal. It's not like I said black eye. Like this, like there was a high percentage one summer. Like I was going around just biting people. You know what I mean? Like if there was a tussle, like if you got close to me, I would just start biting you.
Why?
I just like biting.
Did you add mustard first?
Huh?
Did you add mustard first?
No, it burns when you.
I know.
Burns your gums.
I love mustard.
But it just brought me back when I'm reading this boxer Tyson 97, and I'm like, that's when I was started like heavily drinking, and like it just must have been instilled in my head that Mike Tyson's biting, and that was one of my heroes growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you said you're boxing training, so I don't listen. Not every current event's fucking interesting. I'm trying to.
No, it is. It is. It's crazy.
How about this one? An elephant killed a woman in India.
I saw that, yeah.
And then went to her funeral and flung her body in the air. Like, yo, is this real? What year are we living in that this is?
Had to get to the funeral.
He was invited.
The killer was invited?
It was an elephant, James. It was an elephant.
Why did they bring it to the funeral?
I don't know. I think he stormed the funeral. Like,
oh, my God.
How is that real? How is that?
Man.
He killed the bitch, trampled her to death, and then shows up at her funeral, takes the body, throws it in the air, and then runs off into the jungle. Yo, like, what year are we?
That's so funny. That elephant is great.
Yo,
where is she that she's walking near elephants?
In India. There's still elephants over there.
Just walking around the streets?
Yeah.
No. There's unsanctioned elephants in India, you're saying.
Well, they're Indian elephants.
But, like, just walking the way, like, squirrels would walk around?
Yeah.
There's no way that India...
Bro, there's rivers of shit in India.
There's no way.
Like, rivers just filled with shit. And
so there's that in New York, too.
But there's no elephants running around.
That's crazy. I didn't know. I'm going to look that up later. In India, elephants just walk around aimlessly.
Bro, he trampled her to death.
It must have been in the country, in the woods, right?
Then showed up at her funeral.
How do they know it's the same one?
He said something that he normally says. I don't know. They just knew. They knew it was the same one.
Hysterical.
Like, that's, it just had me going.
That's so funny.
There was something about a drunk guy falling down on the train tracks and dying.
That happens.
But have you ever?
What a terrible place to die.
Have you ever ran on a train?
I hate the subway. I think the subway is disgusting.
No, but have you ever ran on the tracks?
No. You act like it's a common thing.
I know. I did it once.
Why? Did you know if a train was coming around?
I went to. I was.
You must have been fucked up.
Yeah, I went. I had to move back home. I got arrested again. I had to move home after I got thrown out.
Why'd you get arrested?
Promoting a drug factory at Hartford University.
Yeah.
They tried.
Look, we've all been there.
It was Virginia's a Commonwealth, and I had a scale and baggies, and they tried hanging me.
This is in Hartford, Connecticut? Or?
Yeah, like I only remember that charge because I had to get the depositions when I was trying to be a fireman, and I had to write down all the times I got arrested and explain what happened. Yeah. I had to explain my mom's house getting raided
because they would have found out anyway, right?
Yeah, and you have to. That's your defense. Like, I'm like reading it. I'm like. Promoting a drug factory. How am I going to explain this? Like, but it was a Commonwealth, so that's why it was a weird charge. Like promoting a drug factory for a scale and baggies and coke and weed. But
what did the fire department say?
I got a DUI in my uniform, a UPS uniform, 3 days before the interview, so it was done. No matter what happened, I wasn't getting hired from that.
You got a DUI. You were driving your car, right?
Yeah, 3 days before the interview.
Why'd you have the uniform on?
It's St. Patty's Day. I went out drinking after work.
Did they?
I was bombed.
What if you didn't have the uniform on? Would that make a difference?
No, but I had the fire department interview 3 days later. And I get
and you got DUI, yeah.
Yeah, and I passed everything: the physical, the medical, all the hard shit.
Wow, and then just that. Yeah. Do you think you would have made it if?
No, without cocaine and me drinking, I would have got arrested again. I did get arrested again after that, but I needed cocaine to equalize the drinking. Without me just drinking is bad. Me with cocaine, it's bad, but it's fun. The other one,
So this is like you with your life turned around. I don't want to imagine the old you.
motherfucker, I just made homemade bagels with yogurt for protein and,
and
gut biome. And how was it?
That's some real Martha Stewart shit. Right?
I went from.
It was delicious, dude. Honestly, if you had cream cheese, that'd be.
I had Kerrygold's butter.
How long did it take to make the whole thing?
Fucking 40 minutes.
What do you have to do? What kind of flour you use?
You need self-rising, but I added baking powder and salt, and then that's.
Where'd you get the flour from? The supermarket?
Yeah, just regular shit that I.
Nice.
Regular white. It was phenomenal. Yeah. So, I'm at my mom's. I had this artsy friend, and his brought an artsy friend over. This chick, and I'm like, the Knicks had Stephon Marbury, and I'm losing it. Like, come on, I love the Knicks. I'm drinking. I'm probably coked up. And
probably, we don't know for sure.
And she's like, your buddy seemed to really like the Knicks. I can get tickets for my job. So we go. I'm doing coke. I got a bottle of Jameson.
Where is that? Madison Square Garden?
Yeah. And it's me, my buddy, and two like just her friends. They were super flamboyant dudes. And I'm like nuggy into one guy, like fucking.
Oh, they're like kind of fags.
They were definitely like but very flamboyant kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I was cool with him, and I was drunk, and I'm like, I remember giving the one guy noogies, and he wasn't happy. Like he was sitting next to me, I'm like, let's go. And like, I remember getting on the train with my buddy coming home, and he falls asleep, and I'm ready to go. I'm Jameson, coked up, and I get off the train
Probably, we don't know.
randomly, James, and I didn't know where I was, but it was like 12 o'clock at night, and the platform was pumping with people. Pumping.
When was this, a Friday night?
No, it was during the week.
Wow.
So I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm wrecked but jacked up.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to talk to this chick, and like she kept walking away from me and like giving me like the eyes, like, yo, be careful. And then I see like these three guys like following us and following me towards the end of the station. I'm like, yo, they're gonna fucking rob me. So I'm looking. I start walking towards the end of the train station. I hop down on the tracks. I'm like, you gonna rob me? Come on, motherfuckers! And I start running through the fucking train. And I didn't know.
Running through the train?
Like I hopped on the tracks and just started running towards the tunnel where it's dark.
And what'd they say?
They're like probably like crazy white boy. So now, James, I'm running. I don't know which way the train's coming. That way, this way. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking both ways. There's like a catwalk on the side that for whatever reason it stops. I'm like running on it when I could. Then it stops instead of going.
Wait, isn't it dangerous? Isn't the third rail like?
Yeah. So now I'm running, James. I fall. I look to the right. The third rail's like right there. I'm like, yo, get it together, man. Like I had one.
What'd
of those,
you finally do?
Now I see lights coming. So now the train's coming towards me. I get off the tracks. I hug the pole because I don't know if it's gonna fly by me and suck me in. You know what I mean? Like, then I get to the end, and it felt like forever. I'm bombed. I get to the end of the track. I get up. And I'm like filthy, covered in soot and black. I like for an electric train, it's filthy down there. Like besides the rats, it's like.
Did you see rats?
Not that I remember. And I get up on, and this next platform wasn't as pumping as the last one. It must have been a big station.
Yeah.
And the people are just looking at me. Some crazy white guy that probably doesn't belong in that neighborhood. Yeah. And I'm like climbing up off the subway, covered in soot.
Sounds like the King Kong origin story.
And
the Mets
it wound up being East New York, and I was like on the ANC line, probably by Liberty Avenue in Pennsylvania, because I used to work there for UPS. It is a couple of years later, like a year or two later.
That's terrible over there, yeah.
And I walked. I wait till there was a subway at the Exxon on Pitkin.
Yeah.
And this Spanish dude that didn't speak English drove me home, and then he stole my iPhone.
How'd he steal it?
I was like arguing with him, and it fell on the front seat, and there was a glass, and then he closed it, and then wouldn't open the window, and I had to get out of the car. What the hell am I gonna do? You know?
How long have we been recording, by the way?
We're gonna wrap it up soon. Listen, I was reading that story about a drunk man falling on the tracks, and I think
there's people that push people on the tracks too.
Oh, that's the big common thing now.
That's terrible.
Why would you even be close to the edge?
Why would you push someone? I think is the bigger question.
Listen, that makes sense. You're crazy, but why would you stand close to the edge?
I guess that's
no one
true.
knows other people are out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never get close to the edge. I mean, I haven't ridden on the subway in years.
Listen,
but
I
the normal despise the subway.
The normal thing is, why would you push someone? But the normal thing also, there's people pushing you. Why get close to the edge?
Yeah.
Like you're sort of asking for it.
You hear that? People that have been pushed on the track.
How do you feel about the public school system? You're a taxpayer.
Yeah. And I went to public school.
They have these drag queens coming in.
Yeah.
And doing these like forums with the young kids, and like all these like politicians are up in arms. They spent like like 207,000.
I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. What are they teaching them?
Like how to put makeup on.
I mean, that's a skill everyone could use.
I just read it today. People were pissed off.
I don't think it's every school. It's probably a couple. I think it's fine. I don't know.
In the post, the way the reporter was reporting it, I'm like, this guy's sort of bashing this in 2022, which, you know, it doesn't seem like the...
Hey, if it stops more fucking school shootings, I'm all for it. Anything to stop... Get these kids laid who shoot up these mass shoot. It's all the same thing. It's just guys who don't have sex. Like, fucking...
Oh, wasn't this last one in Mexico a transsexual?
There was one in Mexico?
He was Mexican, I think.
I don't know. I know the guy was trans who attacked Dave Chappelle.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know. It was just, listen, this is the Weed in Review.
We get into some deep shit.
Yeah. But yeah, these are some things I just wanted to touch on. James, you have anything you want to plug or promote?
No, that was it. I got some good pizza in Monagots.
Oh yeah, James is dying to get downstairs to eat. Listen,
I don't want to cut it short. How long are we?
No, with the other shit in this, it's over an hour.
Oh, nice.
Listen, it's been another episode of the Big T Show. Thank you, James Pontillo, coming through. Is a whole spread of Monagot salads, pizzas.
You did get a lot.
Yeah. But listen, it's been another episode of the Big T Show. Remember, be the person you are when you're high. See you later.